Okay, well, this one's pretty easy and it's pretty common. A lot of you probably already know this one, but it's, you know, it's better told with some stories that I have. Okay, so I uh, was in the United States and I was going to go shopping for an apartment. And the landlord was introducing me to my possible neighbors. So I met him, and he said, "These might be your neighbors, right?" And I told the guy that that I just came back from Japan, right? And he said in a kind of sarcastic way, "Oh, do you like manga?" Right? And because there's a certain kind of category of American, usually it's, well, it's, yeah, that I was going to say it's usually men, but it's not. But they go to Japan for the purpose of anime and manga. But that's not me, right? And I never even knew what manga was until I got over there, right? So it was like he associated Japan with a kind of an anime guy, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's not me, right? So what I so people have these stereotypes. They think if you go to Japan, you must be into martial arts or you must be, into anime or manga or something. So anyway, what I could have said to him, but I didn't because I didn't even know what he was talking about. Why does he associate Japan with manga? Oh, yeah, I know that's the stuff that's in the books, the comics. Okay, oh yeah, I think I know that. Anyway, what I could have said to him was, no, I'm not interested in manga. Uh, there are people from all walks of life who go to Japan, right? There are, you know, not necessarily even Americans that go to Japan. Kind of looks like this group back here, right? So I could have said that to him. There are people from all walks of life who go to Japan, or all walks of life who go to America, or all walks of life living in Mexico, right? Um, so, people have this like stereotype, of like, let's say, for example, uh, I was watching a YouTube video last week of this Japanese woman who was living in Mexico. So my image of a Japanese person going overseas is going to be like, let's say, going to Canada or some English speaking country, but there are Japanese going to Mexico and Brazil and whatever. So there are people from all walks of life living in Mexico. Anyway, and living in Japan and living in the United States. All walks of life means people from every different background and every different um, age group and every different job classification, all walks of life. Okay, it's kind of easy to understand. You can kind of guess it by, uh, you can guess it by, kind of the feeling of it, and you can guess it by the words. But it's worth making a video about it. Okay, so these are tourists in Japan. Now, your mental image when you first think of tourists in Japan, you might think of a guy like this, right? Or a lady like this, right? But like this guy, it's, looks like he might be an African American. He might be, or he might be from Indonesia. Who knows? This lady, this guy might be from China. Who knows where he's from? Or he might be like from the U.S., but there are people from all walks of life. Okay, so Um, Now, let me go back. Let me get my face back here. Talking about Japan again. When I took this test, it's called the JLPT. It's the Japanese language proficiency test. Uh, when I went into the test taking area, I was expecting to see a lot of people like me, like white guys and even white women, just people who are teaching language or something like that. But I was the only white guy in the whole room. So there were probably 70 or 80 people in the room, and I was the only white guy. There were people from all walks of life. There were like teenagers, there were children, there were Chinese, there was Chinese, Vietnamese, Indonesian, Mexican, people from all walks of life in that test taking room. Okay, surprising for me it was, right? And if you sort of ask a Japanese person what's the first image that comes to their mind when they think of the word foreigner, they're probably going to say somebody that looks kind of like me. But the foreigners in Japan come from all walks of life. Another example, I went to the immigration bureau there to get my visa renewed, and I was one of the only white people in the room, one of the only Americans, you know. So it's like people from all walks of life there, all walks of life. People with their going to the immigration bureau with their mother, and stuff like that. So there are people from all walks of life. Now, talking about all walks of life, that's why fast food is such a hard job. I think it's one of the toughest jobs, and I don't care. I respect anybody who works in fast food. I don't know why it's such a low-paying job, because it's you have to deal with people from all walks of life. You have to think on your feet, and there's a lot of different kinds of people who come in: rich people, poor people, people from all different races, people from all different social classes, people who don't speak perfect English. I think they should be way more respected than they are, but somebody decided that it was a easy job, but it's not. It's totally not. Uh, but anyway, so let me let me show you this video I found. Geez. Oh yeah, I got it. Okay. This guy is ordering in a fast food restaurant. Now he's going through the drive-through, right? And he's saying, this is a real life thing that happened. Did you want those with shredded chicken or original chicken? He's speaking into this box, right? And then look at what happened. Right? So there's people from all walks of life going to the fast food places, and that's why it's I respect anybody who works in fast food. Anyway, so all walks of life. So anyway, I will talk to you on the next video.